$100 for a burger, $10 for a bottle of Sprite. Dozens of bad reviews from food quality to service style. Things are getting worse for Salt Bae as his restaurant continues to face issues regarding quality. This is clearly observable in the news articles reporting on the restaurant's quality and unexpected incidents, especially during this unfavorable period. The first time Salt Bae's restaurant received negative feedback was when his name began to go viral. Fans went through his Instagram and found a photo of Salt Bae commemorating Fidel Castro after his death. Around the same time, Salt Bae had just opened a steakhouse in Miami, a city where over 500,000 Cubans had fled to. A Facebook account named Andres Asian posted a status with a sarcastic tone. "Some people just don't think to post pics like this and then open a restaurant in Miami. Really? I just called and canceled 2 reservations and told them how I feel about their salt guy and his post." Picture posted a few days after Castro's death. Nice thought. What the fuck? He should open in Cuba and sprinkle his salt over there. Similar sentiments were expressed in the comments on the post itself. This forced Salt Bae to take the photo down. However, things did not improve as less than a year later, he found himself in a similar situation. In September 2018, Salt Bae sparked controversy again by hosting a lavish dinner for the president of Venezuela, a country where 64% of the population reported significant weight loss, averaging 11 kilograms or 24 pounds due to severe food shortages. The incident took place at one of Salt Bae's restaurants in Istanbul. The comments section was flooded with criticism. "As a Venezuelan, it angers me to see my president feasting on a meal while my family and I were starving. Shame on him. Food tastes so much better when you know the folks back home are starving. I cannot believe this video. This guy eating tomahawk steaks or whatever that is, and people from his country dying of hunger. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others." After the Venezuelan president explained that Salt Bae personally invited him to the restaurant, protests erupted outside Salt Bae's restaurant in Miami. However, this may not have been his biggest controversy, as 8 days later, at a restaurant in Istanbul, Turkey, an incident occurred during a performance. A bartender accidentally poured an unidentified liquid into the fire, causing an explosion. 4 guests were seriously injured as a result of this incident. The injured included 2 Czech citizens, 1 Ukrainian, and 1 Greek tourist. All 4 individuals were taken to the hospital for treatment. One of the injured persons, Viktor Hadjicek, stated that his girlfriend, Kristina Tresnikova from England, suffered severe burns when her dress caught fire during the accident. This young woman is known as a model active on Instagram and YouTube. Through Instagram photos, we can see the scars left by the burns that still remain to this day. Her 23-minute video titled "The Moment That Changed My Life," unfortunately, is spoken in Slovak and lacks subtitles. However, an article published a year after the incident stated that she did not receive any compensation, and instead, the restaurant destroyed all evidence related to the incident. Salt Bae, however, was ordered to pay $230,000 in damages, but not to her, so she could change her appearance, but because he had engaged in employee mistreatment. In 2019, 4 waiters at his Manhattan restaurant filed a lawsuit claiming they were fired after they discussed why Salt Bae took 3% of the tips. Employees sue Salt Bae for wrongful termination, alleging their former boss was a tyrant, abusive, and disregarded local laws. He even compared himself to Tony Montana and humiliated them on several occasions. In response to the 2019 allegations, Salt Bae's attorney, Christy Rauter, stated that the restaurants are all equally committed to his vision and ensure that all team members are provided with the tools they need to succeed and that they are treated fairly and paid competitively. However, these 4 employees are not the only ones who claim that they would be mistreated while working for Salt Bae. A former employee at the Nusret restaurant in London, description, "Gold from the outside but shit from the inside," while another person likened the work environment to the Hunger Games, a survival arena, because employees don't know when they might be fired. Former employee Frank Tufano said he was treated poorly because he was American. Another former manager explained, his world was nothing but Instagram and fame. The sensation was him. They ended up getting this godlike complex. All of these controversies have damaged the reputation of the Salt Sprinkle Saint, and that's also the next issue for Salt Bae. While success may demand a bit of ego, this man took it to a whole different level. In an interview with The Times, he said that, "Now everybody wants to be a butcher because of me. Now, if you ask a kid, they want to be Salt Bae. They see me as an idol. I'm an inspiration to a lot of people in a very short period of time. This statement in the article sparked a large amount of negative commentary on the internet. Furthermore, Salt Bae didn't miss the opportunity to flaunt his wealth. He posted a bill from his restaurant in Abu Dhabi showing a payment of $167,000. The status, "Quality never expensive," received numerous mocking and critical comments. YouTube channel Guga Foods ordered a beefsteak, stating that it wasn't what they expected for $2,000. Additionally, they criticized a $275 tomahawk steak, saying it wasn't cooked properly.
And it was not what we expected.
In addition, some people also commented that the server's performance was entertaining, but the food quality wasn't any better than other steakhouse restaurants. If you delve deeper into Salt Bae's restaurant in London on TripAdvisor, you'll find that it has an extremely poor rating, ranked 14,848 out of 15,240 restaurants in London. It has an average rating of 2.5 stars, with a significant number of reviews, 153 being negative. Most of the reviews criticize the poor quality of service and the excessively high prices compared to the quality of the products. At another restaurant in Florida, a customer named Dwayne Miranda refused to pay $5,000 when the restaurant brought him a gold-plated tomahawk steak instead of the regular tomahawk steak priced at $270 that he had ordered. We ordered 2 tomahawk steaks and a rack of lamb for the table. When the bill came, we were shocked by the total. They insisted that we ordered the golden option and charged us $1,000 for each. We absolutely did not order that option. Although we did eat what they brought to the table thinking this was the normal presentation for our order, it was clear that the waiter was trying to take advantage of the situation. After disputing this misunderstanding with management, they decided to involve local law enforcement rather than do the right thing. We paid the disputed $5,000 bill. However, this is still small compared to what happened at Salt Bae's restaurant in Boston. After opening on September 18, 2020, the establishment almost immediately violated health guidelines. City inspectors reported that COVID-19 safety protocols were being disregarded. There was no social distancing among crowds, 2 emergency exits were blocked, permits were not in order, the dishwashing machine wasn't hot enough, and the under-counter fridge was too cold. As a result, the government had to shut down the restaurant just 1 week after its opening. Meanwhile, Salt Bae posted a seemingly normal family photo on Instagram. The headline read, "Salt Bae chef meets mom after 2 years of criticism for not taking care of her." He faced a severe backlash for staying home where his mother lives. The famous Turkish chef has an estimated wealth of tens of millions of USD and owns a luxurious restaurant. A follower of Salt Bae commented that his mother has a lot of money, so why can't she live in a beachfront mansion? It's shameful. Do something for her. After Argentina defeated France in the World Cup final, Salt Bae stormed onto the stage as if he were everyone's closest friend. He bothered Messi for a photo, grabbed the World Cup trophy from a child, and bit into one of the winner's medals. As usual, negative comments began pouring in like a storm. It also sparked media backlash when it was reported that Salt Bae was eager for selfies at the World Cup and angered Argentina in the process. Just a day later, the FIFA president unfollowed Salt Bae on Instagram before launching an investigation into why he was allowed onto the field. Only World Cup champions and heads of state are allowed to touch the trophy during the closing ceremony, let alone kiss it and show disrespect. The next day, Salt Bae attempted to prove he and Messi were friends by posting a video of them together at his restaurant. Apart from this video, Salt Bae didn't provide any response to his behavior at the World Cup until a month later when he finally addressed it in an interview. "It was a combination of my love of Argentina and my excitement. I love Argentina, I've lived there. I want to support them. Many of the team have come to the restaurant. I didn't deal a stranger. It was a special moment. I can't do anything about the reason. I was there, but I would never ever step on the World Cup pitch again. There were 2 billion people watching the World Cup. How many people are speaking about me? 5 billion. The whole world. I didn't go on the pitch with the purpose of advertising, I just felt like it." Then it was a bit of a surprise. There were at least another 1,000 people on the pitch, but when they show the video they make out it was just me. I never ever wanted to overshadow anything. I didn't like the attention. Perhaps the World Cup was the event that pushed the outrage to its peak. Things haven't been going well for Salt Bae since then. He had to close his burger restaurant in New York City just 2 weeks before the interview. He sold milkshakes for $99 and gold-wrapped meat sandwiches for $100 at his burger joint. Additionally, reports suggest that Salt Bae's steakhouse in Greece is now receiving a third of the previous booking requests, dropping from 600 per day to 200, while his steak restaurant in London has already been mentioned earlier for having some of the worst reviews in the city. Recently, they announced discounts due to the poor reviews. According to reports, this appears to be a desperate attempt to attract customers back. Over the past 6 months, Salt Bae has reached approximately 300,000 followers per month. While still a remarkably high number for someone seemingly less active, it marks the lowest growth in his social media presence since it exploded in January 2017.